at diabetes.
Enda na baru tigabu na mate ni nonda wasi ni buli, kanda na tigabu na mate sato ngori, na mate ni suka, diabetes.
And maybe from this class we'll be able to really understand how diabetes is causing so much problems here in this country.
Ena rawa ni ndama iba kilakataki, ena bulingo sina kalasiongo, se dava na kai kouta tiku mai na mate ngo ka tigabu mbeka badava.
I was in India last year.
Awa tiku mai India ena ambaki Saudi.
And they told me that they were the #1 the capital of the world for diabetes.
Ka era tukuna bea o ni o irto mai India number 2 na mate ngo na mate ni suka.
And to my surprise, Fiji has taken their place.
Au kurambui sarvalevu ni CB India obiti.
There is a connection also.
Tiko na sia maiga.
As in India, a lot of people eat very similar to you right here in Fiji. I said that in India, the people eat very similar to you here in Fiji.
E vakai biwe kanitu na ikana mai India kike. Ka kuneki na niwe to watatu na rebu ni mate ni suka.
But let us begin with diabetes.
Mina teku manda na mate ni suka na matani kwa.
In Genesis, the 1st chapter, verse 26,
Wakati kibu wasendua tikine rasul kaono.
God said, "Let us make man in our own image."
Kaya nakalo to iya to mulia na tamata meu dui kenda to.
After our likeness.
Mei to wata ki kenda to.
So what God wanted to do is to create man like himself.
Kabi nakatanakalo me mulia saranga indua na kene yela la wakati ki kwa.
That man would be a reflection of God.
Kaya do me yale alo nikalo na tamata ko mulia ngona kalo.
Both spiritually and physically and mentally.
Vakayalo, vakayango ka ena vak to talanga ni wana nano.
And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed."
Au sa sule talanga veiko na kau kedenga ervak serena.
Which is upon the face of all the earth.
Kasavak tumburi enandela ibura-bura.
And every tree.
Kena veikau ke talanga.
And which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
Ko ervak buana kavak serena.
To you it shall be for meat.
Oya meke mukakan.
That word meat means food.
Na wasaya na meat.
So in the beginning, when God created man after his own likeness,
Ni mulia na kalau na tamata me vakate ki kwa saranga.
Man gathered its meat from the tree.
E kau to mai na kiana mai na wonikau.
But there was something else very important about this meat.
Ye ndona kai bimbiti ko na buguni ikana kanango se na kakana mai na wonikau.
Every fruit
Na wonikau kede
had to have a seed.
meti ko na serena.
If it did not have a seed,
Ke senga na serena.
God did not create it.
E senga ni bulia na kaluya.
And so all the grapes, the apples, and the bananas, and so on, they all had seeds.
Yana veikau kede na kila grapes, Apollo, China, they all have seeds.
God did not create seedless fruits.
Asenga ni bulia na kaluya indua na wonikau e senga kina na serena.
That is the amalgamation of man.
Ya ndota na buno e buli mai kina.
And Satan is seeking to counterfeit the creation of God.
Eda kapatika na teboro me countata na kai sambulia na kalu.
And through that, he can deceive us,
Ena ngoni salaya erau kini ni batale ken.
having us to think that we're eating healthy food, making us think that we're eating healthy food.
Kantana numutuki na nda sakanetu endo nakaka na vinaka.
But we're eating food that has been amalgamated.
Ya nda sangani kila nda kanetu endo nakaka na counterfeit se mbuli sinimbulia na kalu.
If seedless food
Tewaka era nakau era sangani vak sorena
cannot grow another tree or another fruit
Kasiang ni raw kina ni nabatumbura talen dua tal na kau balatan isang na sorena.
because it do not have a seed.
Balatan isang na sorena.
And if it do not have a seed,
Ya, ena siang tal nga kina nakauya na sorena.
then it cannot reproduce itself.
Ena siang tal nga ni raw ni batumbura talen do na kau balatan
It
isang
would
na sorena.
lack, it would not have the vital forces to grow another fruit.
Kana siang kina buah nakauya na koko me batumbura talen do na kau balatan isang na sorena.
And if it cannot grow another fruit, how can it be of any help to us?
Kaya baka sa sini batumbura raw talen do na kau ena ga me buki kenda bada bo kenda na tamada.
Our body is built up from the nutrients we get from food.
Nayangonda bulit mai ena be kai toke na tu na be kau kedengo.
If any deficiency take place,
Kaya baka do na kaya do be kenda
then disease is developed.
sa tegbu membudi ni dake na mati.
Most of the problems we're facing with
Lebu na mati enda sutabu tigo ni kuwa
come from a mineral and vitamin deficiency.
hata tigo mai ena kena lekati tiko ena nayangonda na be na minerals kena vitamins.
Also in the first chapter of Genesis 30 verse, God said,
Ena iba tigo bu wasendua tikine tulus nga bulu kaya na kalau
to every beast of the earth
na be manu kede nga ni buru-bura
and to every fowl of the air
na manu buka kede nga buka mali olala
and to everything that creepeth upon the earth,
kena be ka kede nga sangasi bole buru-bura
wherein is life,
katigo be nambula
I have given green herbs for meat.
ausule be na do kede nga ni bono amerikania.
So God gave the green herbs or the vegetation for the animals to eat.
Sulia kina nakalu na be do ni buru-bura ngo be manu me kende bota me kende kaka.
God did not give Adam vegetables and vegetation to eat in the beginning.
Asyang ani sulia mani bakatibu nakalu na be do ni buru-bura ngo be atama me kiana.
There was no need for it.
Asin ngande na tamata ya.
You see, Adam was perfect.
Enda reda ni atama todo ko sartunga.
He had a perfect body.
Todo ko na bulbul niya ngona.
And to eat the fruit of the tree was for his enjoyment.
Kaya baka sa sulia nakalu na buwani ko ya me vinaka kina nambula.
It was not for his health.
Asyang ni balatana na bula.
But after the fall of man,
Ya ni samay bala na tamata.
man became sick.
Saya na to'y mati.
And being sick,
Yan isa na to'y mati.
man developed a blood disease.
Saya do membudi na tamata enduan na mate ninra tawanan ra.
The Bible said that the life of the flesh is in the blood.
E kaya na iwalatamu ni bulangan niya ngo sa tiko enanra.
That simply means the quality of life is in the blood.
Kaya bale na ituba kinimbulan na bataw enanra.
If you have bad blood, you're going to have a bad quality of life.
Kaya kaya indukan nanra enandukan ng bula.
In the beginning, Adam had a perfect blood.
Ya ate ko biyata ma niya sabsabato do saratunga nananra.
But after the fall, his blood became disease.
Niyo tinay balbalada sa tigabu me da siya nga nananra.
In order to help man,
Meado meron ni hukita la tamata.
in order to be able to restore man back to that perfect image before the fall,
Meado me bakle suita le tuwa kini tamata ni sembera ni kune na ibalbalada.
God gave man vegetables.
Ang kasulia na kalaw na do ni wanua me kanya na tamata.
Now, why did he give him vegetables? Why?
Dapat ba kasulia kina nakalaw na do ni wanua me sang may bakaya nga na tamata.
Because man is sick.
Malata na tamata sa ato mati.
And God has given him a medicine
Kasulia kina nakalaw buwan na tamata endua na way ni mati.
to restore a healthy bloodstream.
Me baka binakataka ka baka baka binakataka tal na ituwa kininra.
And every time man eat vegetables,
Yan ang ano kede enda baka yang ataka kina na do ni wanua
he's given himself a blood transfusion.
sa tigabu me o vasa sabata ka ngao iko na namunra baka iko.
Remember now, the life of the flesh is in the blood.
Na numatiko, nambulang ani tamata, sinambul niya ngoy tigoy nanra.
And the vegetables contains chlorophyll in them.
Na do ni bono ay tigo kina indua na waya baka to kay na
Chlorophyll.
chlorophyll.
That is that green juice of the vegetables.
Ya na green juice ko ni baka nga takatigoy so weekend ngo.
It's nearly identical to the human blood in composition.
E volla kasarangani rotuto bata kina nanra ko e tigongori na ngon.
And an all-wise God
Iya na kalau buku ba ita merango.
incorporated in our diet, added to our diet, he added the green vegetables.
Kamay tomana kina me ba kuria na none kanakana na tamata.
So that as we eat
Ninda ba nga taka na vegetables siya na green.
the vegetables, we would simply be restoring our blood back in healthy condition.
And na baka lesuet tale na bulong binaka and nanda baka nga taka na doni bono.
But those foods must be prepared in the most healthiest form.
Na be kakanang kondon me bakaruta ki saranga na bakaruta ki manggosa re binakan dondo and ron taka.
As I talk about the blood, consider this point.
Ni inda bi sa kitigo membalatanan ra rongo tamanango.
There's only one disease in the world.
Dua nga na tuwi mate burbura.
There are thousands of symptoms and tens of thousands of symptoms in the world.
Yo elebunga na kena ibakata kila siya na symptoms ena bukun indua nga na matengo.
Symptoms is not a disease.
Na ibakata kila siya nga ni tuwi mate. Siya na symptoms siya ni tuwi mate.
Symptoms is a curative reaction.
Na symptoms siya na ibakata kila non rasalangan ni non rabaka binakata kamay na yango na be symptoms siya na ibakata kila.
Symptoms is simply letting us know that something is wrong in our body.
Niya kami ni bata kila bakarita nga beke da indona lang kay ato tiko na yangonda.
And God would do nothing unless it make it known to his servants.
Ena sinda kabra kinindona ka nakalo baka bo ke me taka na be baka binakatakin.
The language God used sometimes is misunderstood.
Na bosa ndo baka nga taka nakalo so ngon ndo tauradala okenda.
That is the language of pain.
Na musi.
That is the language of a fever.
Na tawi mate siya na kata-kata.
Diarrhea.
Na dhoka.
Vomiting.
Na lulua.
A cancerous sore.
Na cancer.
And many more are signs that you are trying to get well.
Ya eso na ngoni sala baka yang takatiko na yang me towale me buki ko.
But it frightened us.
Ya every weekend.
It is because we do not understand the language.
Balatangan ninda sinitura na daba na bosa ratgo na tikumaya.
When you understand the language,
Yun sa tura na imbal-imbal ni karbe tugo na tikumay.
it is like the children of Israel when they came to Mount Sinai.
E baka sarang awir na kawan ni Israel non rala kumay na ulibon no sa niya.
Moses heard God's sweet
Arongo da Moses na na bosa tiko na kalo.
voice in the thunder and lightning.
Nangon sal ni kurukuru kena liba-liba kena yasi.
And it gave him peace and assurance.
Kasulibira na baka dengo ira na Israel.
But God's people heard the thunder and lightning
Iyo ira na Israeli, ira rongo da tiko ya na ndomo ni kurukuru.
because they could not hear the sweet voice of God.
Balete era siya ni rongo da ratiko ira na bosat kami da nikalo ni was tiko ira.
That's the way it is with disease.
E baka kina na tayo mati.
You have to understand the language.
Indon menta kila ka na voz endo baka yang tanga nakalo na bugo nito.
And it's so plain and so simple.
Era rosa.
When you have an upset stomach
Ni kundu-kundungan na kitemu
and you're about to throw up
sa bola kami molua mai
and you feel really sick,
kiba ka tumate lebusar.
but the minute you can throw it up,
Sa nangono sana lua mekina.
you feel a lot better.
Baka wachinga me usartungan ito mati.
When you have diarrhea,
ni aval na kitemu
Your bowels are constantly running.
ve mulo yaki na kitenda
Your body is trying to get rid of an infection in your alimentary canal.
no nasasanga tigo na yango me baka tikita ka naka e forn tingori kitemu
And your body will give itself an enema to try to flush the impurities out of the system.
na yango nga e daka ba endo na sala ni vi basa sabata ki me na enmambak me mbita me tumana nanduko ko ya vala tigo kitemu ya
A fever is a friend.
nakatakata endo talangana kenai wale
Fever is the attempt of the body to burn up the impurities in the system.
engoni salino na vakama nanduka etigongori inga engonda
Sneezing is trying to expel the impurities and virus out of your body.
na suru engoni sala ni kena biuta ni maitumba sona kae tiko engori lomanda
All the time you've been having these symptoms,
enangono kede yada tikine bigo ni bata kilkilango
and you were so afraid,
o sanga iba tumbura na namurere
but in the midst of it,
enangono bataya
God was working in your behalf.
nakalawe daka tiko veiko
I don't care how deadly the symptoms may appear to be. I don't care how deadly the symptoms may appear to be.
sebada bana kena rei lewu se rei dabamba ke titomu na ve symptoms gori
When a person has diabetes,
nindua tiko bua na matini suka
they thirst to drink a lot of water.
do ya do ba ngumutu beira na karamata ni via ngunuai
And why do they feel they must drink a lot of water?
na dava namni nanu ma ngandre bakina na yango na mera ngunuai
Because there's some impurities in their bloodstream.
balatanga ni tigo nanduka ya ngoni salinra
That impurities is sugar.
nanduka ya na suka
Sugar has so saturated the bloodstream
sa lei sosoko na suka e na ngoni salinra senanra
that your body will attempt to expel it out of the system.
kasa sasanga na yango me biuta tani may tumba
And you begin to urinate a lot.
saya dakina mo lako ba vinga una baka wasumay valni lai
And you don't know why you're urinating a lot. You do not know why.
ka siya tunikila na buna
Your body is trying to relieve itself of the impurities.
balatanga ni sasanga tigo na yango me biuta ni may tumba nakasa susoko tiga enanondanra
So diabetes is a curative reaction.
na mata ni suka endo na ngoni sal ni no na baka binakatagi ko may na yango
When a person have diabetes, they are trying to get well.
nindo e mata ni suka sabi na katatigo na yango me ba binakatagi ko may
If the body cannot throw the sugar out of the bloodstream,
kaya kasa sinirawa na yango me koto tan may tumba na suka ko sa baba ko to ya na salinra
the sugar will come down to the feet and the legs.
na suka ya sana lutu sombusara bana yaba kena ngangalo niya sarera
It will block your arteries and blood vessels.
ena songo ta ngoni salinra eso
You will suffer edema, swelling.
saya me bubu de na yaba
You will suffer a diabetic sore.
sana ya me tutumu na
You would develop a diabetic sore.
sana momosi mai diabetic so
A diabetic sore will attempt to push the sugar out of the body through the sore.
saya adakil me sanga ko me bilinga tani may tumba na suka ko sa sinetsuko ya ngoni en salinra
And I wanted to explain that to you.
ngandre ba me bo madala takaya weekenda
Because no longer should we be afraid of so-called diseases.
me ada me daka ko ni rere bakatiko na matengo
But we can praise God when we have symptoms.
ya enda ba binanga bona klo ni ya ngoni salno na bakatakilati na klo ni tigo weekenda na mati
Allopathic medicine, drug medicine,
weira ke na wani mate e bagarota tigo ngo mai na we kemese so
is designed to stop the symptoms.
era nakitinga me taro na we bakatakil kile so ni mate
In other words, they have figured out how to make you feel better.
Rasada kata me ngoni salada ba me sulit telemandanga kinabigo na maraw.
And most people are only concerned about feeling good.
Mela teleweke tanda kawita ko lang ame uchinga na mosi menda maraw tali.
And the medical system know how to make you feel good.
Era mata isaraira merda kawaya menda maraw tali okenda.
And you believe that feeling good means that you're free from the problem.
Kanta sa may vamboto kita ni nonda maraw ya sana mbula may na tumimati.
And we praise and exalt these men that know how to do that.
Kaya the menda bakalangir na bitama ibirango ni ramata isaraira na sulebeke na bakadengu ya.
As highly educated men.
Era vamata ni bola.
But the average drug addict and alcoholic can make you feel good. The average drug addict and alcoholic can make you feel good.
Nabi wani matikidea radaka ba me rawangani sulebeko to feel good.
And they don't have a medical education.
Sangabira na bully ko enda kila itungo yorura.
So it's not about feeling good, it's about dealing with the problem.
Sangani kani namu feeling good se mo maraw mo wali analenga.
So now let's take a look at what is diabetes and what causes diabetes.
Menda sare da sara manango na dava manda na mate ni suka kei na dava vakabuna na mate ni suka.
Diabetes is often referred to by doctors as diabetes mellitus.
Kene bosa ki mir na kenandau ina walimbula na mbante go na diabetes mellitus.
It describes a group of metabolic diseases in which the person has high blood glucose blood sugar level.
Vakaritaki ni tiko kina endo na metabolic diseases. Katiko na nona nandra na suka. Vara watang ni suka ile usar.
Diabetes is a condition by which you have poor digestion and poor assimilation.
Balata talanga ni molmolumu na kinanggangi nakakana.
Your metabolism is not working properly.
Kaya na namu metabolism siyang tiko ni takataka ba binakatiko.
All foods must be broken down to its simplest level.
Nakakana kirenda kanya ndon mengangi sombu sara ndo na keni batang ngende sara ko kilana yango.
When you eat beans, when you eat a bowl of beans,
Nyo bakayangata ka ndo na bowl na beans.
that is really a bowl of protein.
Ya ndo na bowl of protein.
But when you eat the bowl of protein,
Nyo bakayangata ka ndo na bowl ni protein.
your digestional system break down the protein to amino acids.
Musumusu ka sombu na namung dabimbudo na bowl protein ya to
Amino acids.
amino acids.
When the beans are broken down to amino acids,
Ningo na sa musumusu ki sombu kina sa hanggang isombu ya may adabo na amino acids.
then your cells, your tiny little cells, can eat from the amino acids.
Sangay raw ni ba ibot-bot na yango, sinusoti ni yango may na amino acids ya.
As your cells eat up the amino acid,
Inisaba kaya nga taka na isoti ni yango ya na kinakakana na amino acids.
it reduces the amount of nourishment that you had put in your body.
Vakalilay taka na
It reduces the amount of nourishment that you have, eaten.
vakalilay taka na levo ni nourishment. Enengonda.
All plant-based foods are carbohydrates.
Oire kaya na plant-based food. Era tingo na carbohydrates.
That word carbohydrate
Na wasaya
is a compound word. It's two words in one.
ruan na wasa tiko ngay nandua.
Carbo means air.
Cabo navangi.
Hydro means water.
Na hydro ndakila na wai.
That means that most of our food should be in the form of air and water.
Kene bale doon me vunga nakakana nda bakanga taka metiko na vangi siya na wai.
that makes them easy to digest.
Raw kina melinga ginavika kanango.
At birth, we are nearly 70% water and oxygen.
Wina kani ninda sangay sudumay ya na vika enda bakanga takay vitu sanga bula pasyente why kino rangi.
So when we eat our fruits and vegetables,
Ya ninda bakanga takaya na kakana na buani kaug se ibatake na doni bonua.
they are broken down to glucose.
Era may ngangi somu mera glucose.
Glucose is a form of sugar.
Bakay mele suka.
The cells will eat up the glucose and bring the glucose down.
Na bisotin niya ngo era bakay nga na glucose ngo ka lakosom bumay
Bring your glucose level down.
karaba kalilita kamay na level ni glucose yan ang onda.
When you eat fats and grease,
Niyo bakay nga na uro
your body breaks the fat down to fatty acids.
ka ena gangia sombo na na urongo me fatty acids.
If for any reason that the protein is not broken down to amino acid,
Kaya baka esanga ni gangi rawa na protein to fatty acid,
then you could suffer from a condition called an offensive protein in the bloodstream.
endo na mati na
Offensive, a
offensive
bad
protein,
protein.
a bad protein, ena tiko ena nonda salinra.
It is a protein that have not been broken down to the amino acid level.
Ya endo na kaka na kwa sinra ni gangi sobu me ado baba na amino acid.
Those are free radicals. Free radicals. Radical.
Kaya era damba kani tugoni. Iyo. Free radical
And if that protein is not broken down,
kaya baka esa ni gangi rawa kwa nakaka na ya.
and that undigested protein end up in your lungs,
Kay lakusong busara ena namu Datebuso.
there is no system in the lungs to break down that protein.
Siyang talindo na tikini ang itilo mo ko meron ni break ta na protein ya.
So that protein become an offensive protein.
Kaya kina me offensive protein ni yung onda na protein ya kwa siningang girawa.
It brings about irritation and inflammation.
Kutumay na nanduka na irritation, inflammation ina ang onda.
And then you develop bronchitis.
Yan ang mati siya ng lakubatamay.
You develop asthma.
Yan talaga.
Asthma is the attempt to try to remove the offensive protein that should not be in the lungs.
Yan ang muna yata kinanading wada, meron isang ati ko, kami kututan may tuma na protein kwa salitaw tiga, kwa sa siningang girawa tiga.
So you began to have breathing problems.
Sa tatawo kina nanda idengo.
You began to try to cough up this mucus out of the system.
Sa bubu, sa luka-luka na bubu, enda takaba.
That is your body trying to get rid of offensive protein that did not digest properly.
Balatanga na protein ko sa ati ko siningang girati ko sa sangay tingo may bangalala tagi may tumba.
If that protein end up in your sinus cavity,
Kaya baka sale yato sara na bunuaya na protein ko siningang girawa ya.
undigested,
Iyo, ko siningang girawa.
then it can cause you to have a sinus problem.
Sale yato kin na sinus na mo sininga bok.
And you get inflammation of the sinus.
Kata-kata sarangan na kukuha ni mo sininga bok na sinus.
If that offensive protein get up under your skin,
Kaya baka sambasi kamay na kuliniango.
it can irritate your skin.
Me mila-mila.
Then you can break out with a lot of little bumps all over your body.
Kami karo-karo se dapat tu na kuliniango.
That is called hives.
Yan na.
So you can see that digestion is so important.
Yang nasasari ko ni bimbiti ko na kyanang gangi, kanggangi ba binakasarangan nakakanain da ba kaya nga taka.
And if it end up in the body where it should not be, it's going to cause problems.
Kaya ba kaya saya do indo na tikini ang onda question do numiyado kina yan narama kami indo na lang ganayado.
It is the same with diabetes.
Ito to bata saranga kina matrisuka.
When you eat your food or starchy foods,
Ni ovaka yang taka nakakana ngo na starchy food
are fatty foods,
se nakakana sinekina na uro
and if it's not broken down properly,
kasanga ningangi babinaka
it can cause problems in your digestional system.
na makatiko ni na kune na lenga na dawimbudo.
Now let's talk a little about type 1 diabetes.
Dabi basta kita kamana na matay type 1 ni mata ni suka.
The body does not produce insulin in most cases when a person has type 1 diabetes.
Na yang na sini dakabaraw na insulin go kevaka sa tiguwa na type 1 go.
Some people refer to this type of as insulin dependent diabetes.
So revakatoka ni insulin dependent diabetes.
That simply means that you're not able to make enough insulin, so you must be dependent on another source to get your insulin.
Kini balen ni ko na yangum sa siniraw ni dakabaraw tale na insulin ka sa bararabi kinando tal na sauce may sulibi ko na insulin.
They also call this juvenile diabetes.
Na talaga na juvenile diabetes.
The reason they call it juvenile diabetes,
Nabuna bakto kay kin may na talaga na juvenile diabetes.
a juvenile is a young person.
Belata na juvenile nangoni.
And the reason they call it that
Nabuna nga bakto kay kin may nango
is because they are born with that problem.
belata ni sa sud nga may sa tigwata may kiko.
When they are born, they have a defect that is hindering them from making beta cells enough to produce insulin.
Ikeva kaya da sudu may sa ko tiga na tubag non dambula sana siniraw ti kina weekend naman na may bulia talang na insulin.
Type 1 diabetes is not as common as type 2 diabetes.
Siyang sud sara ni lebu na type 2 diabetes may bakatagi ko type 1 kwanda sabi sa kita ko.
But it can be just as devastating
Eraw talanga ni viva ka rusay talanga.
unlike type 2 diabetes, which is largely caused by weight gain and poor nutrition and a lack of exercise.
Kana type 2 buwala nga may na kaya na nanda sa lebu kaya na lelay ni kaka na yanga ko yanga weekenda nutrition na lack of exercise nanda sa ni bibaka ukota ka na yung onda kaya na other controllable risk factors.
So with type 1 diabetes, you're born like that.
Na type 1 yung sa sudu watamay.
Or there could have been some type of exposure to chemicals that could have made you become a type 1 diabetic.
Karo tala ni burumay na so na wani mate so ko may adagina may type 1.
But in type 2 diabetes, it is poor lifestyle.
Na type 2 sa number 2 basic may na bukuni nonda balabal na lifestyle. Enda bulia nga okenda.
It is believed that type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disorder.
Na type 1 diabetes nanumiti ko sa atokay ko may autoimmune disorder.
What that's really saying to us is
Na kinibalimbali weekenda
that our body is attacking its own self.
niyang sarang abatay ko sa baluto ko na sotie ni na sotie nga niyang.
Especially the beta cells in the pancreas.
Vausibing na beta cells what kay na pancreas.
The beta cells in the pancreas of type 1 diabetes are not able to manufacture the insulin to control blood sugar in the body.
Orongo sana sinirawan ni wakatulawata ka na lebu ni suka etiko enayango.
As a result, blood sugar can get dangerously high or low.
Na rebu ni nanrosa sini ngarabarango ni tabi ko na suka enanumra raw ni tiko saridake karasarangan ni tiko talanga irasa.
What that is really saying to us
Na kandi na nga ibe tuko ni tiko bekenda
is that something has happened to the beta cells.
nindo na kasaya do na beta cells.
They are not able to produce enough insulin.
Sa siniraw ni sulia talemay na way kamango na insulin na beta cells.
But the purpose of the insulin
Na inaki ni insulin
is to bring down your blood sugar
me vakalilita ka na sugar level
from the foods that you eat.
Kung may ba nakakanayan dapat kang atak.
And so you keep on eating
Niyo tomana tigo nga nanamukana,
the foods that you love,
kung nakakanaw maruta ka mo bakayang ataka.
but you do not have enough beta cells producing enough insulin to bring down the sugar from the foods you've just eaten.
Kasasya nga vehi ko na better cells ko may bibukiti ko na kaya na bakalutumi tigo may na insulin.
Now we can see the free radicals
Sana danarede kya na kaya na bakayadora.
that sugar in the bloodstream become a free radical.
Saya kina na suka na nonda ngoni salinra siya na ngoni salinra me free radical.
And that can cause problems in the body.
Na ba huna sarangan na lang kaya na nandabol.
Traditionally, type 1 diabetes is controlled with a combination of insulin injections or insulin pump, as well as careful counting carbohydrates in regard to activity level.
Sa kanya bala na type 1 diabetes na kaya na control taki. Siya na combination ni insulin injection, siya na insulin pump. Kara me bukia tiko na kaya na wili kitiko ba vinakasar na carbohydrates in regards to activity levels.
Now, when they give you an insulin injection or insulin pump,
Yan ingon ay soli kinabe kondo na idula ni insulin go
and you do not modify or make changes in your diet,
kausangan niyo bisota kana namoy pakaraw ni kana
they would have to continuously increasing the insulin.
sana tigo mo me bakalimuta kina lebu ni insulin na dula tigo bekenda.
The insulin has side effects.
Katiko na irebu ni insulin ko na dula tigo bekenda na bingono ken.
And eventually you can have problem with your eyesight.
Sa tigo mo me na bakatakilay may anan tobo ni namuray siya na
You can have problems with your kidneys
namukini talanga.
and many other related side effects.
Kaya na bitikin niya ang taleso.
As bad as the drug medication may be, the drug medication may be bad,
Rawa ni kotamay na da na medication na siya na wani mati siya na insulin ko dula tigo bikoya.
but it might be necessary that you take it. It may be necessary for you to take the drug medication.
Na yado na sunangon na sano doon mo na bakayang atak.
Now I want you to understand me clearly.
But-
If you're going to eat bad and live bad, you need to take bad medicine.
Iya binaka. Kaya baka saan tingin takatinga mo bakayang atak tinga na kana o nikila nila o na makatalang mo na bakayang atak na buwan ikaw ito ko nang anara ko sa bayang atakatik.
You see, you can't expect to live and eat bad and then think you could take good medicine and it's going to be all right.
O sa nganinama ka mo dingin takatik mo kana kana da o kila ni kotumina da ang ganun mo bakayang atak na wani mati binaka.
If two are yoked together, they need to be equally yoked together.
Rawa ni roda kata ba tayo ruwa kiro lamawata.
And if one is pulling this way and the other is pulling that way, then it's chaos in the body.
Kaya baka indua betul nemu kan ondresa nanggo kena nemu woni ko mendresa nanggo nanu na yang.
And I know that many of you have refused to take your drug medication.
Level weekend and lama rota kan sini nanu menda baka ngata kan nabika herbal.
And you say, well, I'm going to trust God's program.
Kan sa nanu menda sa bagambauta na program we varuta na kalau.
God said, if you love me, keep my commandments.
Kana kalau ke baka lumanyau talay raw kina nungu bona.
And the first commandment we need to keep is thou shalt not kill.
Kena matay ni bunau endo donu menda talay raw kina
Thou shalt not kill.
moga ko ni lamba.
And we are literally killing ourselves to death on a full stomach.
Enda sa takabati ko nga na ibuno, enda boro katinga na ibuno ya, enda bukun nanda bakatawa na tingo nakitenda.
So, if you take your medication if you're not going to obey God.
Kaya bakaw na mo sa Torah na namu buwan ikaw, Torah na buwan ikaw ya, enda namu dingita ka mo kuni talerarawa na kalong.
But don't be presumptuous, though.
Kakungan itu na kena malio, kena mama, presumption.
However, when you take the insulin pumps and injections,
Ya, kaya kausan dingita ka mo tara na idulaya.
this can be an extremely difficult way to live.
Sana dentro ng bulan rin resara na ko.
That means you have to constantly be injecting and taking in this insulin in your body.
Saya da metiki ni nombul no mungandra tinga modula tigo na venga no todo kosara.
Now we want to look at how can we actually help a type 1 juvenile diabetic patient.
Ya, endan sana redan go rawada menda bukea ke baka indua ito biko yang na juvenile diabetic patients.
And keep in mind that the problem with diabetes is that the glucose is not being taken into the cells.
Menda baka sama takatiko na matengo belatanga na glucose.
The glucose is not going into the cells.
Sanga ni se yado sara ina sotian yang.
It's remaining in the bloodstream.
Se tigo nga enangon salinra se enanra.
So when you test your blood, it's going to read real high.
Ningonet torikina nandanra en loribango ni tumbu sartunga na nandasuka.
If the insulin would go into the cells would eat it up and bring your blood sugar down, and it was test low.
Ningono sala ko kina na insulinia vana nanda sotian yango sa kanya ko na insulinia sa lutu somo na ibaroni suka nandanra.
So we need to see how can we get the insulin the glucose out of the bloodstream into the cells.
So, enta na ba sangango mandarida ena pasita ki bada ba may na insulin go, na glucose go, ike.
And good quality insulin would do that. If the insulin is healthy, it will take the sugar or glucose out of the bloodstream and take it into the cells.
Ena ba to takia na binakatuni no mo insulin ko ena ba ipasita katiko na glucose go.
Now let's look and see how we can do that.
Darida manda ena takawada ba ya.
Arginine you need to take about 2 to 3 grams 3 times a day. That's an amino acid, arginine.
So, na arginine take about
2 to 3 grams.
2 to 3 grams. Sa wala ito kaya idake 3 times a day.
Arginine is an amino acid and is available in most health food stores are nutritional supplements.
Tiko na kango iba to kay na arginine iba na be store so kwara bakabati ko na kami balata ng bula vinako.
It was found that regular use of arginine in laboratory animals was able to stimulate the pancreas to produce beta cells.
Yan naman hindi kira sa kunya raw nangono ra baka nga tikitikina na arginine se dosage ngo bukir na manu may beta cells produce beta cells.
Now why do we need to have more beta cells?
Dapat nga ndebiki na me lebu weekend na beta cells.
The beta cells produce insulin.
Belatani baka ba na insulin
from the pancreas.
May ba na pancreas.
If you do not have enough beta cells, you will not be able to produce enough insulin.
Kaya ba kaya siya nga na beta cells na sotiyango na sinrani basudumirawan na bay insulin mo.
Another important herb is golden seal.
Dua talengo na golden seal.
You need to start taking about 4 capsules of golden seal 3 times daily.
Dondon me vana bilo. Vana capsules. Vatulun don singa.
Golden seal is an herb with a long history of medical use, both in the east and the west.
Yan na puno kunikina au sinitora sila na itigo makaibigan ta sisanga. Avangolaya. Oi. Yan avangolaya weekend na veokani metori tingo 3 times daily.
Modern science believes that part of its value as a treatment lies in the fact that it contains berberine.
Rather sabandi kia barawa ni tigo kina na beka ero ni buki kenda na buku ni matengo.
Berberine is a bioactive compound.
Na berberine ay na bioactive compound.
Berberine has been shown in studies on laboratory animals that works like arginine to stimulate the production of the pancreatic beta cells, which the body needs to make insulin.
Na kaya edakawati ko na nadangolaya na sinalala. Rawan vivu kita lang ako na kinalimbuli na visoti ang na beta cells. Ko vivu kisara na kina dakamay na insulin mevu kya na yang.
Now, I want to make sure you comprehend what I'm talking about, and that's why I wanted him to come up here and say it in your own language, because I don't want you to miss this, and it's really important that you understand.
Vinaka na kaya ngandre butigo ko ya me vande otaki belat merani kunin dadala to kenda nabika ke de wasiti kongo.
There are other herbs that will do the same thing as golden seal.
So talanga na kau tutuwa tasara na karo da kaboro ko ron do sare da may liu.
And I had planned to have a list of your own herbs here, but I just didn't have time to do it last night, but I will eventually get it to you.
Ka tigungo so na kau ko tigungo be kenda sabaro ta tigo ko ya dinangani sin na bibiro ro tigo na ngona menabari te kina.
But Oregon grape root have a large amount of berberine in it.
Oregon grape root do kila na kena wabiti kya na kauya ke is this
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yo doya Oregon grape root. Ito to batasara nga kinakaro da kabro na ruiluya.
Also another one is barberry and Chinese golden thread.
Ruotale tikoya barberry kina Chinese golden thread.
They can be used to substitute for golden seal if you don't have golden seal.
Erani baka nga takia me bisu somita ki bana golden seal.
Now let's talk a little bit on type 2 diabetes.
Vivo sa kimanda men vivo sa kitamanda na type 2 diabetes.
Once again, berberine is a phytochemical plant found in many different plants.
Na barberry niya kung sabi sa kaya plant chemical.
When used in herbal medicine, the usual source are barberry, golden seal, Oregon grape.
Ningon eva ka nga kina me wani mate ya na bika kede tigo kina kona ka bika usot ito sare da may liu.
It is the main alkaloid of which Asian folk medicine used to treat diabetes.
Eva ka nga me na bibo nongo me waluta sarangan na mate ni suka.
One study published just last year
Ang pagsauti nga kunikina na wandindikengo
looked at the effects of berberine on how well muscle cells take in sugar.
Kunikina na ngoni sala tarakina na babarin go na kame balata na suka.
As you probably already know, except when we are actively exercising, sugar cannot get into the muscles unless insulin is present to escort it in.
And sa kila kaya da siyang ni baku kwayang tiko na suka na sinra ni durrawa na masela niya ngonda baka bo kebe kaukina na insulin.
So we need to get the sugar into the muscle cells.
Kangandre bikina me kau na suka ngo na yango vivi ko yango.
And one of the best way to get it into the muscle cells is to use your muscles. Use your muscles is the best way to get it into your muscle cells.
Ya nangun sala raw dondo me ba kaukina kya na insulin.
So we need to exercise.
Dodo me exercise.
Use those muscles.
Dapat tinabe vivi ko yango yang.
And then you take the berberine, and then you can really bring that sugar level down.
Kangay baka nga taki na wani matia na valutuya sara na iba tangin ng suka.
That is why the blood sugar goes up when patients either do not have enough insulin or when the insulin they do have does not work.
Pinaka na kain daw tumbukin na suka baleta dua siyang ni lebu kenda na insulin kasi nga itigo na insulin iyo rasa siyang ni takabarato na tabi na doon merang.
So it's either you're not making enough insulin Are you making a poor quality of insulin?
Erawa nyo baka sudumuti ko na way ingo na insulin iyo erawa ni era poor quality tu.
Just like insulin, it activates the same biochemical pathway that signals cells to take up more sugar. And just like insulin, the greater the amount of berberine they expose the cells to, the more sugar they'll take up.
Mina kaya nakaya ka na insulin ni tiko na ngonda. Tuko ni tingo the greater the amount of berberine they expose the cells to, the more sugar they took up.
So we're going to see here just how easy it is to reverse diabetes.
And na tole redango rawada menda baka sukale sutale na matengo na mateni suka.
In my clinic in the States,
Huno ni nongo bingarabi my na States.
I tell my patients when they come in,
Ando wasala takira ero ramengarabi huno ni nongo bingarabi.
that if I cannot get them off of their insulin,
Ke baka usini raw ni baka vinakataka na nonra level ni insulin.
they don't have to give me not one penny. They don't have to give me any money.
Kuni sili bendo nila.
It is just that easy to reverse.
Ya na kena raw me baka lisita lenga.
And to me, it is a sin against God
Veau oya na nonda palwala da buana kalong.
to know better,
Menda kila
and yet continue to eat in violation of God's health law.
iya endang kay talain rende tukanga.
Now look what God did.
Reda na kaya ka na kalong.
He said that better than metformin for diabetes.
Vale tu ida kaya vinakata ka na metformin for diabetes.
And we know that metformin is the main drug they're going to give you if you're diabetic.
Enda kila vinaka ni ngonga na buoni ka endo soli weekenda ena bukuni nonda mateni suka.
Let's see what scientific validations say about berberine.
Dari mandana kena bandindi na bukuni ka membalita na beberin.
In fact, this study shows that berberine might just be the best medication there is, natural or otherwise, for diabetes.
Evarte ke sartungango ni beberin number 2 say the best medication ko erin da baka ngata sa natural.
So now they're letting us know that berberine may be the very best of medication for a diabetic.
Kembali oire buru-bura erin do kila na matengo era sa bandindin ta kan ni beberin nga erin bukia na nanda mateni suka.
So they're going to do a comparison test.
Nana tomole menda wetunda ite kamanda dona test mo.
Half of the patients took 500 milligrams of berberine 3 times daily.
Okay, fe mama ni tobi matera teoretiko 500 milligrams. Baka tolu enan dona singa.
And they took 500 milligrams of the drug metformin
Kar tortalangan na 500 milligram kona wani mate ko sul may balimbula.
for 3 days.
Tolu talangan na singa.
Let's see what happened.
Nare man na tabanay kangayado.
Then the researchers measured the participant blood sugar level for the next 3 months.
Sarto nangay wakaruta ka na sugar level and bulat tolu.
Here, what happened.
Rada na kayado.
It turned, in terms of blood sugar control,
And nabuko ni kaya na control taki na suka enara.
both treatments work equally as well.
Rauda ka rurua saranga na huani ka rurongo.
So that means that the berberine and the metformin worked about the same level.
Toto wata na kay rauda ka ba.
The fasting blood sugar went down by 30%. And the sugar level after eating, called the pulse level, went down even more to 45%.
Erua na sugar level ya lutu. Dua and 30% fasting blood sugar. Kandua tali. Le lutu sara na 45%.
So once again, the metformin and the berberine did about the same thing.
Toto wata na karo da kaba.
But here's the really astounding astonishing thing about berberine.
Ngona kabi ba kurumuita ke ena buguni baberin.
All of this happened within the first 2 to 4 weeks of taking the treatment.
Ngona kaya tiko ena matai ni rua ke na vana madawa ena wakadori tiko na venga ravingo.
Unlike metformin, there was no side effects at all in any of the patient taking berberine.
Ia asenindo na side effect mai ve koango me bakata kiro toro tiko na baberin.
So even though they was working about the same, there was no side effects in taking the berberine.
Dinangani ro totobata na karo daka ba ia asenindo na side effect etori ni ovaka ngata tiko na baberin.
In addition to the sugar level, the A1C level went down as well.
Na sugar level ya A1C lutu talenga.
A full 20%.
Rosanga bula pasende.
That may not sound like a lot,
Siang ambeka ni rong lewu.
but it is a very significant improvement.
Ia endua na vesa ulewu edakabaya.
And what doctors want to measure is that A1C level. Because the A1C level is measured over probably 2 or 3 months period. And if you can maintain a good ratio during that period, that means your A1C level is doing good.
E tauriti ko na A1C level ngo endua na ngona. Ka kebaka marro eto ko na batang ngendia esa nanumikina ni ebina kana test ya.
If that A1C level stay elevated, it makes you more prone to cardiovascular problems, or heart problems.
Kebaka tumbuti ko na A1C level ya me tumbuti ko na koto mai vida talna lenga.
In addition to the remarkable effects of it had on the blood sugar control, berberine had another important effect that metformin did not have.
Bina kani me eloroi tiko ni beberine tiko tale sona kai bina ka wosi vida ke mai metformin.
Now we're going to see another good effect of taking berberine.
Go endovir.
Triglycerides are the fats found in the bloodstream that the cells metabolize for energy.
Bina ka indona kaya
Triglycerides.
triglycerides endona na fats found in the bloodstream kuni tiko enon the salinra.
Now, your body uses sugar for energy.
Yang anda bana ngom dana suka.
Your body uses protein, amino acids for energy.
Yang anda batalanga na protein sen amino acid.
Your body uses fat or fatty acids for energy.
Yang anda batalanga na uro sen fatty acids.
Since type 2 diabetes do not effectively burn fat,
Balata ni type 2 isang asuti sarani bakama na uro.
that is why they get fat.
Yana huna daw tuki na uro bekenan.
In other words, they are not burning up that extra fat they're eating, and they're gaining weight from that.
Isang kinawira ko ko mervakama na uro kwenda baka ngatakatiko kwa na huna levu kina na levu bekenda na uro.
And remember now, if they're not using up that fat is building up in the body.
Balata ni sini baka ngataki na uro ya saya do mertara kiambay yang onda na uro.
And the triglycerides level are going up.
Ka tigabu metao kina na level me kena tumbudaki.
In this study, those patients taking berberine had no reduction in their triglycerides level of 21.
Yana karangay kuneraw. Yana bukuni nanrabandindikengo.
In other words, in this study, those people taking berberine had a reduction in their triglycerides level of 21. That's what I meant to say.
Veira tortiko na beberin yana kay lutusomo na level may 21%.
But those taking metformin had no reduction at all.
Kaya tortiko na metformin siyang saranganin do na luto eloray.
With no reduction in their triglyceride level, their triglycerides level went up.
Kaya dakin may tumbudake na traditional level.
This indicated that berberine not only improved the sugar metabolism, but also improved the fat metabolism.
Kinamembale na beberin hukia ruwa na level ni ruwa na wasi ni warawaya.
And this is what making berberine a much better natural medication than metformin.
Ngona kaya wasi bikin na beberin.
This might make berberine the most effective overall medication for diabetes that exists today.
Kaya kina me usibi take mabira kwa rabulta kituni kwa na berberine.
How much berberine should you take?
Dava na ibakarao ni wani kaongoshe na wani matingo motora.
If you're taking, if you are type 1 diabetes,
Kaya kaya type 1,
you need to take 500 to 1,000 milligrams 3 times daily.
yan ay barao ndon motora tiko na singa tul ndon singa.
Another very good natural medicine to take if you're diabetic is stevia.
Do talengo rin da bakay ang taka kaya bakay tiko bekyan na matengo ni mateni suka. Stevia.
This is a natural sweet plant.
Ngo kamida.
Now, widely popular as a sugar substitute.
Karao me vi susumita kaya na buko ni suka.
It is a good choice for diabetics for other reason other than avoiding a lot of simple carbohydrates.
Karao niyo bakay ang taka me susumiti ko na muni bakay ang taka nando bakay ang taka na suka.
It contains compounds which have been shown to rejuvenate pancreatic beta cells that has been damaged.
Yan ba kay tigo na stevia. Meron ni buket lang kina na pancreas na kina bulia tigo na beta cells.
So stevia has the ability to revive beta cells in the pancreas.
Katiko buwan na isulya ni Rani vakambula talemay may revive takamay the beta cells ko sa batatan.
Fig leaves is another important natural medicine.
Fig leaves. Tamo lolo. Don lolo.
Fig leaves contain a compound which have currently not been isolated, but which are believed to have anti-diabetic effects.
Yan na kay tiko banan raw ni lolo.
And there are others,
Bunga taleso.
such as Valium sulfate.
Vanadium sulfate.
Garlic is another important natural substance for diabetics.
Na garlic talanga.
And this is a really good one here. Drinking green string bean juice.
Duango kabina kasara. 3 ounces of green string bean juice 2 times daily.
Just drinking 2 to 3 ounces of string bean juice a day is equivalent to 5 to 10 units of insulin.
Namungunu bati ko lang anggo ni barongo baka toto batanga.
Just drinking 2 to 3 ounces of green string bean juice is equivalent to 5 to 10 units of insulin.
5 to 10 units of insulin.
Anytime you work with a diabetic, you must put them on chromium.
Dondo numera
Chromium.
chromium. 100 meg of chromium 2 times daily.
An herb that I'm sure most of you are familiar with is bitter melon.
Dona meleningo bitter melon.
Since
Oi, karela. Abidala tinada na weekend, eh?
And you can eat the bitter melon. You know, you don't have to take it in capsule form. You have it over here where you can just get it fresh, and it's really good for diabetes.
Karela rasin itu nama kita suba.
There are different phases that diabetes can go through. You can be what they call a pre-diabetic.
Go so na be stages ni mati ni suka. Tikong go indua na pre-diabetics.
And where your body is slowly developing into, a diabetic condition.
Ya ni bekasa tigo me basi tigo mai so na bata krikela ni sa tigo be ko na mati ni suka.
I'm going to spend just a few moments here on explaining how doctors can determine what type of diabetic and, just let you know more about your condition.
Terolangan dorong na lang me va matal tigo lang na kairan do takawa na buniwai na kinandaw na buguni kena tikevi na matingon na matin suka.
Doctors can determine whether a patient has a normal metabolism or prediabetes or diabetes in one of three different ways. There are three possible tests.
Go e sona test na rando da kawa na vuniwai ningon na mele check teki na vuni kame meleta na matin suka. Tolu.
So there are three possible tests that kind of let them know about your condition.
Go e tolu na test ando wakadori me lorei kina na matin suka.
One of them is called the A1C test.
Duango na A1C test.
When they do this test, they can measure to find out if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic.
Eroni kune na bukuni test go se sa tigo bigo na matin suka se sengai tigo bu tigani ni batang ni matin suka.
And so you really want to keep that A1C down below 6. I would say probably 5.7, not to go up to 6.
Kaya kauli test aki me tabole me tiko nga na 5.7 me kuha sa ni CV na 6.5.
And that is really important because if your A1C is elevated and you're diabetic, your arteries are aging 10 years faster than your actual age.
Ya na kay ekotamay kaya baka sa CV tiko ne batang ngende ni suka. Bekenda.
So that means if you're diabetic and you got an elevated A1C and you're 50 years old, you're really 60 years old.
Yeah. Na baka kuskusta ka na ireray na tambay na yung baki ni nondambula. Kaya baka yung bakilim sa ulo sana kaya mo ireray sana yung baki ono sa ulo.
Another test is called the fasting plasma glucose test.
Dua talingo, fasting plasma glucose test, FPG.
And the other one is an oral glucose tolerance test.
Dua tal na oral glucose tolerance test.
Now let's talk a little about fat used for energy.
David talo tama na nakango na fat for energy, eh?
The condition developed when your body cannot produce enough insulin.
Go na kaendo ya da ningo na siyang ni produce ta karao kina babina kanayango na insulin.
Insulin normally plays a key role in helping sugar glucose, a major source of energy for your muscles and other tissues, to enter into your cells.
Enda kila na takata kay takaba na insulin ni banangon na buguni kame baleta na suka.
Why does fat increases blood glucose level?
Nataba na fat increase blood glucose.
Has this ever happened to you?
Saya da o timba veiko.
You eat a meal such as pasta with garlic and bread and dessert.
Dua na kaya iko apakaya ngataka kakanaya.
You take either the appropriate amount of insulin for the carbohydrates in the meal or your oral medication.
O apakaya ngataka na insulin for the carbohydrate nandun nung kana kaya na mo oral medications.
So in other words, you just ate your garlic, your pasta, your dessert, so you take the amount of insulin you need to try to bring it down.
Ya na namu bakaya ngataka na katalawin ba kaya kasaya do mo sanga me lutuso mo na namu insulin.
You check 2 to 3 hours after eating and you see your blood glucose level that it is in a range so far so good.
Ni ote to rua kina tol na ua ka tole me bakaruta kita na namu waro ni suka oreda ni so far so good, it's right.
Then you wake up the next morning with a very high number.
O yan ramay na singa tarawa sa tusar tungay daki.
And you wonder, I took this blood sugar level before I went to bed and it was reading good, but when I woke up the next morning it was high. What happened?
Oreda ni bi dalati bale ni osangay baro mode ndonu tu ngo ni sayan ramay sa vida sar na kena sa tumbudaki.
There are two reasons.
Rua na muna.
First, the pasta, the garlic bread, and the desserts are, for the most part, a mixture of carbohydrates and fats.
Tuango, balatan na bakaya kabi ni combination ni ko bakaya ngataka, they are a mixture of carbohydrate and fat.
But it is the fats in the meal that contributing to the elevated reading.
O kaya na uroya siya na fat ya e bakabun na kaya na bisaw na na reading ya.
Now, from our previous studying here this morning, we found that the body will use fat for energy.
Endare na matakani kwa may nagtigitigo ng dabuli ni na yango
The body will use fat for energy.
na yango batik ko ya wakalilitakan na fat weekenda for energy.
But you do not want your body to use fat for energy.
Ya ni siya ni ngandeba may baka ngatakan na yango ya for energy.
If it's using too much fat for energy, it's going to cause kidney failure.
Kaya baka ngataka ya for energy na baka langana non the kidney.
Although carbohydrates is a nutrient that has the most immediate effect on your blood sugar level. Although carbohydrates is a nutrient that has the most immediate effect on blood glucose level.
Di na nga ni kung carbohydrate ya has the most immediate effect na level ni non the suka.
Fat is not glucose neutral,
Na fat siya nga ni glucose neutral.
but only a small portion of the triglycerides fat molecules can be used as glucose.
Endo nga ni wasililay ni fat ya ni baka ngataki.
This very small addition to glucose pool cannot be the source of your high blood glucose reading.
Kasi nga kina ni baka ngataki na fat lilaya meron ni baka tumbura.
So if the fat does not directly raise the blood glucose, what is doing it?
Ya kaya baka sini baka dorea na fat lilaya na daba nga baka bun na kaya bisa ungo na wili ni non the suka.
Without enough insulin, your body breaks down the fat for energy and fuel.
Ya ni siya nga na insulin na yango breakdown fat for
In other words,
insulin.
you don't
Yes,
have enough insulin to pull the carbohydrates into the cells to use for energy, so your body will revert to using fat for energy.
Balat ni siya nga weekend na insulin na yango na lesutale be fat me baka banggaramay kina na kaya nga driving.
This process produces a buildup of acid in the bloodstream called ketones.
Go na ka na be kaya da kabang na yango sa yada nango na ketones.
Eventually leading to diabetic ketoacidosis if untreated.
Kakauti kenda ni kalito kenda ni na buku ni diabetic kaya kaya siya nga ni garabi.
This is so important to understand
Go bimbi menda kila.
because if those ketones are elevated, it's letting you know that you're heading to be put on a dialysis machine.
Kaya baka na siya nga ni control taking go se beauty nga metumbu nakanga na taraba maya and na lakoy bola na dialysis.
And it's an easy process to test the ketones by taking a little dipstick, putting it in a little urine specimen, and you can check to see if the ketones are elevated.
Ya na test and daron ni dakaba kaya baka enda be redo lang se bata bati ko na ketones.
If you have diabetes, you are at risk of diabetes. Learn the warning signs of diabetic ketoacidosis and know when to seek medical care.
Kaya baka na wakila kenda ninda to kenda tiko na matrin suka tole mo wakila na be sikina leso warning signs.
So if you're working with a patient
Kaya baka wingarabi ko wa indua
and you're trying to help them,
kangandra mo bukira
and you discover that their ketones are elevated,
kaureda ya ni sa baka tumbu na ketones.
if you cannot get those ketones down, you need to take them to the medical facility.
Kaya baka sanga mo baka lutu yang guys ini lutura bakus ko sara wa indua na daw ni wingarabi bunuai.
Because they could go into ketoacidosis.
Ya na kaya na relita ka buwan.
And make sure that if their ketones are elevated, do not let them go for a long walk.
Kaya baka ni reda ni tumbuti ko ya na ketones meka ko ni tombale pambalaw.
And this is where a lot of lay people make a big mistake.
Gona huno may bunga era ledavati ko ka adati kina menda saniki badal ka meka na kanda ka.
is because we know, and it is true, that if you have diabetes, you should get plenty of good exercise.
Bela tani dondonu enta kilatiko ni dondon ni tawiko matisuko dondon me exercise valeu.
But that do not apply to a diabetic that have high ketones.
Ya eseni sianga ni apply ta kibeira ko tigo beira ko na kena matanggal ko ni high ketones.
If you walk them a lot with high ketones, you're going to accelerate the ketoacidosis.
Ya ni ngai pakatombal ta kiratale na tumusara pa kasibia na ketones.
Now let's look at some of the foods that we got to be aware of that is causing a problem.
Go eso na kaka na ko evaporate ko mai na lengango.
And remember now, diabetes is a curative reaction.
Manina no mani ni matinisuka
Diabetes is a curative reaction of the body.
it's a curative reaction of the body.
It's your body trying to get well.
Ngandre pasuka na yango me binaka.
So what is the disease then?
Yadhaba na mate ndina.
The disease is your wrong choices.
Na mate ndina na namu dingi dhala.
Cassava.
Tapioca.
Cassava is, I've tasted a few times and it's delicious.
Ko sa to wale ay kanabinaka.
And it's healthy.
Kakana bulambula.
But it may be poison for a diabetic.
Ya erawani nganga we ko endo e mate nisuka.
You cannot or should not follow any ethnic or cultural connection when it comes to eating. You should not follow any ethnic or cultural connections when it comes to eating.
Ya sona gangarau ni menda dakaba ninda vivo sakita katigungo na mate nisuka.
I was born in the southern parts of the United States.
Ya na muno esudu me kinoko.
My culture is to eat soul food. My culture is to eat soul food.
Ya nakaya dondon nanonrai tobo dondon merakania.
And that eat fried grease, chitlins, and all kind of barbecue, and just all kind of bad food.
Ya nabi kakana rendo kania mai nanabonua.
And when you eat like that, you cool. You know what's going on.
Ya ni okan baya bakai normal tu set tu
And because of that, we have one of the highest rate of cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure.
Ini baya ni kana mai nanabonua ba talanga na lewu ni mate ko dabuto tingo ko.
Ain't nothing cool about that at all.
Ya ni sa naman sa say nothing cool with that.
In your country,
Yo ike
there are foods that you've been raised up on,
tigo nakakana ko kianda sartunga beisinga.
and I'm not saying they're bad foods,
Eseni tugontiga ko ni da.
but you're going to have to learn to cook them healthy.
Menda buli dangango menda baka ngataka basangara ena kene bakasangari bulan-bulan.
Properly combine them in proper proportion.
Ka kene bakarau talanga mevinga niti.
Reduce the amount of consumption of those good foods.
Karau talanga ninda ba leleita kana nanda baka ngataka tigo na nakakana vina kaya.
Cassava is a pure sugar.
Tapioca suka.
When you eat a bowl of cassava, you're eating a bowl of sugar.
Niokani dona vile tapioca ya dona vile suka.
You see, your body don't know it's cassava. Your body do not know cassava.
Na yango mo siyang hasaranga nikila na daw na tapioca.
Your body know chemistry.
Na yango may kailangan na chemistry.
Your body said that's a starch.
Na yango may kailangan na stats.
And all starches are converted to sugar.
Karleviso ya mersuka.
For a person that's got a healthy pancreas,
Indua bulan-bulan binakatu na pancreas.
they can eat the cassava.
Rani kana tapioca.
But if a person that is a diabetic, going to have problems.
Niyo ko endo ito sumatin sigutu ngona vuno ero nandu indu ikina.
I ate some of this, I think, this morning, Tara.
Kaniya ko ngona daltana.
Tastes really good. I mean, it
Kanabinaka.
really did. It also is a starch.
Stats talang, stats kita nga.
And when you eat Tara or cassava, you have to chew it real well
Nyo bakang takiraungko don mo mamasar babinaka.
because in your saliva you got amylase.
Belata na weli ko mengangi kina na ruwa na kakanango.
You got enzymes in your saliva that break the starch down.
Ko me rawa kina me vamatelele taki mengangi kina babinaka ruwa na kakanango.
And begin the digestion of the starches.
Sa tigo mengangi kina na stats.
If you eat it too fast,
Kau mamaya ka ngani batutolo.
the taro or cassava will end up in the stomach partially digested.
Kaya tu kina dabimbu tiki na tu sinse mamay babinak.
And then it would end up in the bloodstream partially digested.
Kalian sara ina ngoni salin ra tiki na taltunga.
Couscous is another starchy pasta.
Couscous.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's like a kasal.
It's a bowl of sugar also.
Yeah, indo talaga na bilit suka ya.
Pasta is a bowl of sugar.
Pasta and bread is a
I'm
bowl
going to
of
ask you to tell me what that one is.
sugar. Oh, kokonda.
Coconut. Okay. You know, I was just looking at that. I noticed they use a lot of coconut cream
Yeah.
in a lot of different dishes here. Coconut is good.
Na niyo binaka.
It's what you're doing to mess it up. That's the problem.
Nakanga obi wakia watigina.
If you would just leave the coconut alone, it would be very healthy for you, but you like to put a lot of grease and a lot of fish and a lot of other stuff in it, and you mess a good thing up.
Kaya baka niyo nga bandondo numbu binaka ya nito sawa kia bango indo talaka iti kumemura.
So I'm not encouraging you to get rid of this good food you have,
Au siang itu tiga me moni wati kita kana kakana tali tagingo.
but I'm simply saying if you want good health, you're going to have to modify it. Prepare it as wholesome as possible.
Kaya baka nibi nakata na bulan binaka indo dono menda takataka takyan na bugun nibi ka kanan desa taka.
Okay, you can say what that one is.
Topoi.
Okay. So how you
It's
pronounce
flour.
that? Topoy?
Yeah.
Okay. You like to have that with a lot of butter, I was told.
Yes.
Well, butter in particular, or grease, can make you a diabetic quicker than sugar can.
Nambata raw ni baka totolo takasara may bana suka nanda mata ni suka.
And another one,
Homemade bun.
homemade buns.
Yes. Loloban. Oh, it's loloban with
Loloban.
coconut.
Okay. It's probably not so bad. But the cassava cakes
Yeah.
is one that you, once again, I'm sure it's delicious, but it's what you mixing in it that is messing it up.
Bala ba eh? Sa kay bachi stel tuyan ko ya ko
Your curry, chicken curry.
karitoa.
Now with curry, your chicken curry, you using plantains, potatoes. Sometimes you mix that in it. Plantains is a starch. Potatoes is a starch. That's the two starches you could add right to that curry chicken. And then you got the fat of the curry chicken. All of that can make your condition worse.
Na sawa ma kasi ka bubikim ni na karitoa. Lebo na kaya stats.
Custard pies. Now this is a heart attack in making. Heart attack.
This is go na heart attack in the making. Go na namusata ka sa tinga na heart attack. Iko niyo sa ka na
So you got eggs and sugar and salt, and I mean it's just, you know, all that mixed up together, it's a recipe for a heart attack.
na recipe kaya ngo sa bulyangan na matinuto.
And this is one that I found that really was pretty good. You know, it's really, and I'm sure you all know how to make it healthy.
Yeah.
But most of the recipes I've seen messed it up also.
Kila ko reda ko ni ba kay binaka na recipe to kong gorira ba kay relay badada natal.
Now we're going to get away from something, and it's going to be not going to be so pleasant. We're going to see the results of making bad choices. Okay?
Go in the sanalande ba so naka sin ni maro ta to ba ni narida. Iya belata ni belata na non tan dingin dingidal.
They are performing 3 amputations a day in Fiji.
Iviti e tolu na tamata selen dona singa.
That's a lot.
Ya sa sibia sarang.
And that leads the world.
Go e sona itamba e taurimai. Nayabango. Is it ali?
I'm going to see what it plays. It may not play. So we're going to take a look at the effects of eating bad.
Go na revu niyon dingita kamokana.
That is not a piece of chicken.
Go sini tingin ito ango.
That's somebody's foot.
Go ren doon na yavan itamata.
And it comes from making bad choices.
E basic ang go non dingidal.
And if your blood sugar continue to be elevated, it's going to happen to you.
Kevaka e tigo kina na suka ang go na weekend.
I talked to people just yesterday. They said, I don't want to get an amputation.
So ki me viu sa kina no era kai re o sini bina kata me musu ne banko.
Faith without works are dead.
Na vakambota siya ni takataki e mati.
So, and here's another one right here.
Go talendua.
And we have to clean off the dead tissue.
Go kito tobole basa sa batang may na witigini ang sa mati tu.
That tissue is dying on its feet because of poor blood circulation.
Sa may mati tu na tikini ang go yava nang balatang ni sa seni circulate ni na insulin.
And they have to debris it off. They have to cut it off so that it can try to stop the infection that is trying to develop on the foot.
Kito sa sanga wala nga me kito musukat tayo ni me tarawa ka nakinaluda ke denevan.
He cannot feel that at all
Yung ko sinibagila to ko ni sa selitungo.
because the nerves are dead
Sa mati ke tu na nanabi ke denevan.
because of poor circulation.
Balata ni sa sinimbasi ka ni nanra ko kutus ka nambula.
If you continue to be disobedient,
Kaya baka danding ita katsinga men talain re.
transgress the dietary laws, this will happen to you.
Men talain re en lawa ni nonda kana go na kana the weekend.
And this is not to frighten anyone, this is a fact. A fact. Now, how do we treat that?
Yo, engkare bada ba irgo.
Here we treat it by using cayenne and sugar poultice.
Go baka ngata kia na cayenne ke na sugar poultice.
So sugar is a carbohydrate.
Sugar is a carbohydrate.
And when we pour that on a gangrene or old sore, it would oxidize.
Ya naka sa baka dortiko, no na baka dortika na yalalong.
I'm going to repeat that again. Sugar is a carbohydrate.
Suka e carbohydrates.
When you pour sugar on an open wound,
Ni sovana suka en mavuat tandola
it would oxidize.
en oxidize.
And as it oxidizes, it will destroy the bacteria, microbes, virus infections that is on the skin.
E vama te avando na matike de ko tiko ya en open wound ya.
Sugar is so deadly
Ka varre bagsarangan suka.
that bacteria cannot live in it. Bacteria cannot live in sugar.
Ni raman tangan ni rasinimbula raw na bacteria en suka.
So you just simply take some sugar, put some cayenne pepper in it, and pour that on top of the wound.
Na kada ka tiga torangan na suka so wasarang na mata ni mavua.
Now you can also use manuka honey and turmeric
Raw ni bang atang talangango munikahan na turmeric sa na karnindia.
in equal parts. Equal parts. Apply that.
Kani baraw ya.
Apply that over the diabetic wound.
Bar bitaya na mavua, mata ni mavua.
This is my favorite one here for working with diabetic sores.
Go endo na ko talibiaw.
Take sugar
Torno suka
and iodine.
kina iodine.
Mix them together
Wakira wata
and apply that over the diabetic sore.
biuta ya apply taka ena mavoa matani suka.
When you put it on the diabetic sore, the sugar would dissolve. It would turn to liquid.
Nanganon bitikine ay waithalanga na suka ena matani mavoa.
When it turned to liquid, put some more sugar and iodine on it. Some more.
Ingona sa waithala kine ya suwatalani kina suka.
Keep doing it until the sugar stop dissolving.
So vati ko ya dabana ngono sare dani sa sini waithala rauna suka.
When the sugar stop dissolving, you have totally disinfect the wound.
Ningaw na sa siyang kina ni waithala suka igo sa pamatia saranga si sa walia na maboti ko.
Then you take 2 large buckets, big buckets of water, 1 hot water, 1 cold water.
Gai taure rua na voke te wai mendua me wai kata-kata ndua wai mata-mata.
Place the foot with the gangrene sore on it into the ice cold water.
Gai tonia na vana kaya vana ko mavoya na wai mata-mata.
Take it out in ice water.
Wai mata-mata me ba ice.
Take it out of the ice water, put it into the hot water.
Lavet maya bita wana wai kata-kata.
Do that back and forth several times.
Takapati ko ya.
Then, if he got a sore on his leg, on the front part of his leg, you spank it under the back side of the leg.
Kaya kaya mavoti ko ya na vana iliu mo sambil may nandakunya vana may muri.
That will cause blood to start coming out of the wound.
Sa tigabu mo na rin nanra sa pambasi kamay vana matini mavoya matini sukaya.
When it start bleeding,
Ningon sa anra kina
you start praising God,
igo ba yung nakabuha na kalo.
because that person is going to get well.
Ni sa ronimbol na tamataya.
Here's another case that I worked with a diabetic,
Go indo talangan na patient dakata kinokwa matini suka.
diabetic leg.
Matini suka na vana.
And here you can see that the tissue is all just decaying, it's all dead.
Go korre na kulinya ngo nango nanduru nambek ngo sa mati ketu sa lolotungo.
And many times they had to have an amputation. They had to have their limbs cut off, amputation.
Ayada kina may mus na vana.
Once you have your foot or your arm cut off,
Ingon sa musu kina na vamu siya na lingamu.
your problem have just began.
Ya sangay tekebu na
You will
nombaleng.
develop a condition called neuropathy pain,
Ya na kondisi ni ko sa tekebu takaya.
phantom pain, phantom.
Dona mosi, dona tobo ni mosi sana tarayi ko.
That means that foot that's been hurting you for years, you got it cut off thinking that you finally is finished with that.
Baleta niya sando hutu tumay na vamu ya sa may musu sana numani sa ulia ya na lenga.
You still feel that foot hurting you even though it's been cut off.
Iko na bakilatingan na mosi, di na nga niyo sa reda ni sa musu.
How do you stop that phantom or neuropathy pain?
Ona tarababada ba na mosi ngo.
Take you some cayenne pepper,
Torreso na cane paper,
mix it in some coconut oil,
mix takabata ba na coconut oil, virgin oil, coconut virgin oil.
put a little peppermint
Bita balileki na peppermint,
in the coconut oil,
enalumani waywaya,
and apply that over the skin.
ngay bulutati ko ya se mo waliati kina na kulini angona, sinangona.
And that will stop the phantom or neuropathy pain.
Ya ena taro babando na mosi ko ya adoti ko ya.
Now, I'm almost finished. Just a few more slides and I'll be finished with this.
Abo ya
section.
kasar ni daba sabi to tingo ko na slide.
These are real cases of people in India that had a lot of diabetic sores.
Go ra kisi di na saranga may India ko era to biro to na matini suka.
in all these cases responded real well by using God's natural program.
Era may ngarabi o ira kevengo ena bakaya ngataki ni natural.
This is the precious soil, a bed soil.
Go endo na mabuo.
Pack the manuka honey and turmeric, cover the wound all up with it.
Ang bulukin na na hani batake na karni India ya.
And it will accelerate the healing of that bed sore.
Kaya daw may mababantuan na mabuhay.
So, anytime you work with a person,
Yan ang ano kaya oving karabi kina batake induan na tamata.
the general health must improve if the person is expect to recover.
Nandun may tumbo da kina no bula binaga kaya kaya na magitiyo ko ya.
Correct, a correct diet, which is one of the main causes of diabetes.
Na kaya na bando dono teki wala nga na kana go induan na lesoni levu.
Now,
Maron ni babina katay.
what I want to do now as I conclude is that when you work with a diabetic patient,
Go endo na kano may tinikina na singilew ni kuwa kaya baka osama ni vingarabi wo endo ay matini suka.
you need to purchase you a little glucometer, a blood testing machine,
Doon mendo ko na misinia ko mo testa katakina na suka.
so you can check their blood sugar at least 3 times a day.
Meron na check tachi kina ba tuloy endo na singa na level ni suka.
You're going to have to make a little investment, purchase this machine.
Doon mo no ba nanu mo monovolia ya eno baka ngataki na son na nomilaw.
And you're going to need to know how to use that machine.
Kara
How many in here know how to check your blood sugar level?
tigo ke so sa do baka ngatati na misina kero ni labat na linganra.
Can I have a show of hands? How many know how to use a glucometer? A blood, you know how to check it with the machine?
Na misini da bando do
I
baka ta.
need to see the hands. I'm asking that for a reason. If you ever check the blood sugar,
Do sa do baka
we got a
ta.
few.
Labi
That
da
means
kinalinga
that
bere dis keno ko bet do na kay
we're
beta
going to
ka
have
ko.
to teach how to do it. We're going to have to teach you how to do it because not enough people here know how to check it.
Endo don me viva bulivi how to use it. Bela tes ni lewe ken anda kilati ko na baka ngata kaya e mati lewu ci ko bit.
And you cannot work with a diabetic patient without knowing how to check their blood sugar.
Iko na sinra ni dakaka mo siling karabin do na mata mati ni suke baka siyang mantanga ni kilana me testa ki bada bana suka.
And you have to keep a record of what the reading is every day.
Mera talang mo volati ko na record ya karaw ni uli katiko interpreta kay nang
Because if you ever go to the doctor, he's going to want to see it so he can see how the blood sugar has been functioning.
bela te
Okay.
mera ni ada ni walimbula raw talang nan to uli ka may walimbula na ibakaraw ni suka ko o sa record ta katiko.
And this is the glucometer where you check the blood sugar readings with this little device.
Go endo
right
tingo.
here, okay? So we do have people, we're going to do a class where I want you to learn how to do this.
Do tingo na klase me da ba uli dikina na kinabaka ngata kina misi.
Now, we had asked at least 10 diabetics, as many as we can get, at least 10, would volunteer for us to see if we can reverse their diabetes.
To sabari takatiko kitongan rebati ko tini na kisi ni matani suka mera ninda na baka dorokina mera reverse tekitale na matani suka ngo.
We have another class on diabetes to do.
Indo taltiko na nonda klase ni matani suka menda takaba.
Once we do that class,
Nonda santa kaba na klase ya
then I get a better perspective if you can treat diabetes.
sa naravio mungai kila se rauni ni ngaraba indo na tamata matani suka sisya.
And this would be like a class where you're going to actually be working.
Ya na klase nga me sa practical menda sa takaba saranga na kaya ndara. Ulit.
So, and then once we see that you understand how to follow the protocol, then you will need to know how to check all the vital signs.
Ninga no salo rekin ni saro ni vamuria na itubuto ni kain do bakadore na bungi kana ngarabi na testa ki na matin suka saro talanga ni na babuli di na mu check ta kada all the vitals.
And for our nurses and medical people here, we're going to ask you to help us be able to teach how to understand the vital signs, how to check it, so that we can get everybody prepared to do that.
Veke muni na wuniwai na nasiniti ko talangay na wulingo sa kiriti ko na muni bibuke na kena bibuke ta kena babuli na kena bakang tay kena test ta kena vital scan.
Some of the treatments that you're going to be able to do, you're going to have to go into their home and do it because we do not have a facility. Unless somebody want to donate a facility, we'll raise one up in Fiji, a health facility. But until we do that, we're going to have to work out of each other's home.
Yuna kay so veke muni naron galita kami wal merita sindo ti na facilities mendaron ta kabota kede kene ke.
So now-
Babo kendo solia.
I'm going to stop there, and like I said, after the next class that we do, then we will determine who will be the instructors, the missionary physicians, and who will be the patients.
Na enda na de wikia ni oti na buli taraba enda sanangay lore kino de saroni instructor.
Any questions before we stop?
Do vetaro. Gonongon ni taro.
Anything we need to clear up?
Kendo na kaya na numiva matataki.
Do not waste your time coming here and you leave here saying, I don't know what that man was talking about.
Kahit ko kuni balusya na mga meo maindambe tiwi kaya ngo ilis tala kaya sanggalit tuna o sinsarin kila nakaruban daw tati moron dami sumida kaya.
We are here to serve you.
Kita utiwi kaya may kita ngarawi kaya muni.
When we came here, we expected to be tired, to get real tired.
Kita ulang timay kita sana na magtimay ni kita nawawala sa rangay ke.
So it's okay. We don't mind you working us.
Setuya.
So once again, is there any questions? So far we understand.
Kendo na taro.
I think they want you to go on the mic.
Si Saski.
Is the what? Okay, you want to repeat your question so it can be recorded?
Unatarchunga vaviti keda dokilati kona matini suka iloma rabambia kana kena symptoms kaya kusakila sa chiwi kuna matini suka iloma.
So the question is, they are aware that there's diabetics that's called the inside in diabetics.
Yeah.
If there are symptoms,
Yes.
so what are the symptoms? If there is,
Now, if a person is a diabetic, the symptoms would be loss of vision, poor eyesight, kidney failure, organ failure. Any of that could happen, which is a result of high glucose level. Poor immune system, infections, bladder infections, kidney infections. All of these are the side effects of high glucose level. Mental confusion.
ni sa toro tiga na lenga ni rai na buaw ni mata na vidalati ni bakasama na bibusaki sa nanduindui ya so na kay na nakune na buku ni matea madani su. So it's type 2 diabetics. Is it type 2? They're saying it's the same thing as type 2 diabetics.
Well, no, it can, diabetes can have the same symptoms in type 1 and type 2. It depends how severe it is. Pain can be another symptom of neuropathy pain. Muscle aches, numbness, loss of feeling. All of that can be a sign of diabetes working inside of the body.
Era ni toto batanga na kay terero tiko type 1 kina type 2 ko kay matal ta tingo ko ay.
So the question is, when we suffer from diabetic, and when we go to the hospital, normally the doctors, given the nature of the diabetic that we have, normally the doctors come up with a simple solution. So basically the patient is not given the right So he just adhere to the prescription that is prescribed by the doctor. I think what is important here, which is more important, the prescription that is prescribed by the doctor or the right of the Creator that we should respect?
Well, we know that God is a great physician. There's none greater than him. And we know that whatever he say is true. But we're not always in a position to obey truth. So if you obey him, you'll be blessed of him. Now if you disobey him, you won't be blessed. So we need to be educated. Doctors and medical people. I'm not talking about all of them, because we have some here that are knowledgeable. There are doctors here that are real knowledgeable on how to treat disease and understand nutrition. Doctors, as for the most part, do not understand a lot of nutrition. And so consequently, they are looking at the chemical drugs to fix the body or to help the body. That's not God's program. So we're going to have to educate the people to eat right and to maintain good health. And it's going to take a whole new type of doctors to educate the population here in Fiji.
How do we know that we have high ketone levels? How do we know that we have high ketone levels?
Yes. Well, you're going to have to run tests. You need to do a test, or you need to go get medical tests. And this is one thing that I'm really emphasizing all over the world as I travel. Doctors has a very good role to play if you need them. And so if you do not know how to check your diabetes, if you do not know how to check your ketones, go to a medical person or someone knowledgeable and let them show you and explain to you the process. Now, if you want to do it yourself, you simply can go to a pharmacist and they can get the little test strips, and you can use the urine dipsticks, and it will give you simple instruction. Check the little dipstick of urine. It's got a color code on it. It will let you know if your ketones are elevated. If it said that your ketones are elevated based on a color guide, you should go to a medical facility or medical places and confirm that your ketones are elevated, because it's so serious that I don't want you to misdiagnose your condition. But don't be paranoid about doctors. Don't do that. They cannot make you do nothing. Be intelligent when you work with them. When you go to a medical facility, don't walk into a medical facility saying, I'm not going to take your drugs, I'm not going to have surgery, I'm not going to do that. They say, why you come here in the first place? That's what we do here. It makes you look really ignorant. So you go there and you want to try to get a diagnosis. You have to agree with your adversary while you're in the way. Learn to agree. Yes, sir, you right. You so right. And then you go and do what God tells you to do. But agree with him while you're in the way. That's what I always say. Agree with them while you're in the way, and then you hurry up and get out the way or you fall out the way. Because they will convince you to go the wrong way if you continue to listen to them.
If I'm pre-diabetic, can my condition be reversed?
A pre-diabetic is not even a diabetic. Your condition probably will reverse in 3 or 4 days. It is so simple that it's not even much of an effort to reverse your condition. You just need to be educated on what to put in that body and how to get out what don't need to be in that body. And you won't have no problem at all. So I would say in a few days, you will see a big transformation in your health. And I'd like to help you do that.
since diabetes is a result of lifestyle, therefore we cannot say that is genetically inherited.
Well, there are some genetically inherited diseases, but over 95% of the disease is cultivated habits. We inherit habits, bad habits from our parents. Our mom and my daddy ate bad, so I inherit their bad habits. And so I end up with the same condition. So, but there are genetic problems, but diabetes is not. Now, type 1 diabetes is where you're born with that condition, is because there is a defect in the pancreas. But type 2 diabetes is a cultivated bad habit disease. You ate yourself in that condition, and you're going to have to eat yourself out of it. It has nothing to do with inheritance. A lot of your high blood pressure, a lot of that is through habits, bad lifestyle. We find that even vegetarians that claim to eat healthy, they are suffering a similar crisis with disease because they're taking the vegetables and preparing them like meat eaters prepare their meat foods. And they're creating the same problem. More and more we're seeing that. So just being a vegetarian do not make you exempt from these diseases. You must become a knowledgeable, rational eater. You must know how to prepare it, how much to eat, and how much got to be eliminated out the system. The very best foods may be the very worst foods if you're not preparing them, or eliminating them, or digesting them properly.
What are some of the signs and symptoms of kidney failure?
One of the main signs would be itchy skin. A lot of itchy skin, frequent urination, dark colored to cloudy urine would be one, offensive smell, urine, bladder infections. All of these could be a sign. Edema, swelling of the limbs, bagginess around the eyes, puffiness around the eyes. These are just beautiful signals from your body sent there from your maker, your creator, to give you foreknowledge that something is going wrong in your body. And he will give you these signals way ahead of time before you have a crisis. That's how much God loves you. He won't let these things come on you without giving you a warning. But we go to the medical system, they silence the messenger. They stop those signals called symptoms. And then they cover it up with pattern drugs, and you think you're all right, so you continue to eat in violation of the laws of health until the crisis have reached a head and the condition is so worse you cannot reverse it. And I'm not anti-medical, people, because I know we need the medical establishment. But God has got to raise up a people that will be, as Daniel and the Hebrew boys was, they got to be a light in a dark world. And people need to come to us because God has given his wisdom to us. And then we can be a living example. When all Fiji is suffering from diabetes and leading the world, we should be leading the world in the best of health. They said not so with these Adventist people. Maybe the Fijian, but these Fijian Seventh-day Adventists, they don't have this problem. Let them not be said that we are just like them. God has given us too much information, but we got to act on it. And I'm telling you something. We have fallen victim to the same thing that the nominal churches have fallen victim to. Most people go to church to feel good, to make them feel good. And they go home feeling good and end up being miserable. And every week they seek to feel good. That's what the medical system do. They make you feel good. And the reality of the fact is you got some major problems, both spiritually and physically. You need to address those problems. And then you can rejoice in the Lord. But don't cover up your sickness with a false feeling. That ain't no good for nobody. All this praising and all this jumping up and down, and then when it's over with, you still got your arthritis and diabetes and everything else. That ain't helping nobody, nothing. If anything, it's weakened the faith of good Christian people. I speak in churches all the time. They always ask me to do altar prayer. I don't like to do altar prayer. Anything but altar prayer. You know what I mean? They said, Brother Wilson, will you do the congregational altar prayer? And everybody come hobbling up here, arthritis and all kind of problems every week. And you pray over them and they wobble on back to their seat. Next week, here they come again, wobbling the same people back up again, back and forth every week. And the young people look at that, they say, watch now, Sister Joan gonna get up, she go every week to get prayed over, and every week she come back with the same problem. What is that doing to those young people's faith? Rebuke that demon of disease. Count it that God has set me free from it, and even in the midst of pain, claim that God has delivered you. And then your recovery will take place. But as long as you are frightened because of pain and weakness, you will never recover over your sickness. You will be held captive to fear, and fear will never glorify God. So we're going to stop there, and then we can have a break, and I'll turn it back over to y'all.
Akiritika kaya kairani santa bad dengu balilai break balai ber nagamay tigutal na karonis nanda waswas ni buli.